Welcome back to The Art of Natural Beauty, episode number 13. Hey guys, welcome back to The Art of Natural Beauty. Good to see all your smiling faces out there, and really good to be back home here in northern Michigan for my 27-day stint in LA for the LA Auto Show. So while I am home, it is actually going to be short-lived because in 2 days I'm going to pack up and head down to Detroit and do it all over again, setting up the Detroit Auto Show. But while I'm home, I'm just taking the time to enjoy family and friends and getting out and enjoying some of this awesome snow accumulation that we've had over the past couple weeks. So the past 2 years, we haven't really had a great accumulation of ice and snow, been pretty mild winter-wise. And so we haven't had any of those really cool ice formations out on Lake Michigan. And this year, I'm kind of hoping, and the way things are going, it's looking pretty promising that we're going to get some really great ice cave formations and just really cool ice formations in general out there on the lake. So I'm looking forward to that, looking forward to getting out and photographing in those conditions, and looking forward to taking you guys along for the trip as well. So stay tuned. We'll see how it goes. But as I said, it's looking pretty promising as of right now. Also, I just want to take a minute here to thank all the new subscribers to the channel. Over the past month or so, there's been quite a few of you that have jumped on board and subscribed. And I just really want to welcome you and thank you for your support. And just invite you to get involved. If there's any questions that you have regarding film photography, or the art of photography in general, please ask. I would love to answer them for you if I can. And if there's any topics of interest that you have that you would like to have me talk about, any suggestions that you have, please drop those in the comment section below as well. As you all know, this is a community and it's all about interacting here and just sharing thoughts and ideas in a conversation. So I've really enjoyed, the conversations I've had with you guys, either here on YouTube or on Instagram. I know it's kind of symbiotic. A lot of you are following me in both places, and I'm following a lot of you guys. I'm just really enjoying the community and the interaction. So let's keep that rolling. Also, while we're on that topic, I kind of wanted to poll you guys and see what you thought about last week's episode number 12, coming from LA. I kind of changed up the intro a little bit and added some more spicy music to it and just tried to pump some more energy into it. Give it a little bit different vibe and feel, and was curious to see what you guys thought about that. If you liked it, if you didn't, if you kind of liked the laid back approach I had to the previous intro. I don't know. Not sure where you're at with it. Not sure where I'm at with it. I'm kind of enjoying it, but would like to hear from you guys and to just get your opinions about that. So again, this is a living, breathing entity. It's always changing. The show is always going to evolve, and it's going to continue to evolve and change. But I'm just having a lot of fun with that. So love to get some of your feedback. Not really a lot to talk about in this episode. Not much has changed since we last spoke in LA last week. But I am very excited to share something with you guys. This has been something that I've been looking to have happen for quite some time now, and it finally did. So about 3 months ago, I reached out to the Nature Conservancy of Michigan and said, I'd really love to get involved in the Conservancy. And I'm a photographer from northern Michigan. I live in Leonetti County. I'm always out photographing in the dunes and around Lake Michigan. And I'm also up in the UP quite a bit photographing. And if there's any of my images that the Conservancy could use to help generate interest and to help raise funds for the Conservancy, I would love to donate those for your use. So I received an email back from Melissa Melinda, who is the Associate Marketing Director for the Michigan chapter of the Nature Conservancy. And she said, we'd love to have you involved. She looked at the website, saw a couple images she was interested in, and asked if she could use those in 2 upcoming publications. One of those was the Fall 2017 newsletter, and then one is for the special Giving Back to Michigan issue that comes out at the very end of the year for those members of the Nature Conservancy. So, of course, I was ecstatic about that and gave Melissa 2 files that she has used in these publications. And I have the fall newsletter right here. This arrived while I was in LA, along with a really awesome t-shirt and a really nice thank you card from Melissa. So Melissa, I'm just ecstatic that you chose to use my images. I mean, that was gift enough for me, but I really appreciate the t-shirt and the card, and I'm just super ecstatic and pumped about being featured here in this issue. So before we get into that, a little bit about the Nature Conservancy. They are a worldwide organization with over 1 million members, and the members are dedicated to the protection of the ecology and important lands and waterways for the preservation, for nature, and for the use of the public, for people to get out and enjoy nature. So what their mission really is to do is to acquire lands and maintain them, and also allow access to the public to enjoy nature and protect it and to get involved. And really, I mean, that's one of my goals as a photographer, is to raise awareness for our natural lands, to generate interest, and to get people out in those lands and just finding that they are at home there and wanting to protect them and save them for generations to come. So the Nature Conservancy is a great way to get involved in doing so. Many different ways to do so, and I would suggest you check them out online. But if you open this issue up to page number 10, you're going to see one of my images printed here. And this one was taken in the Keweenaw last October. And it was taken on my 4x5. And this is in Horseshoe Harbor. And I titled this one Golden Slumbers. Mainly because of all kind of the golden aspen leaves that fall and form a line leading you out towards the edge of the rift and into Lake Superior. But Melissa chose to use this image in the Great Lakes Update section of this newsletter. And this article really talks about the health of the waters, about sustainable agriculture in and around the Great Lakes region, about the health of the fish populations in the lake, the thriving coasts, the resilient forests around the area. So it's a real great read. And again, if you're into nature, this is a great way to get involved in your local areas through supporting, through your contributions, and also read about what's going on in our areas for conservation. Another awesome note to this fall newsletter is this image right here. This image was taken by a gentleman by the name of Ron Leonetti. And if that name sounds familiar to you, it's because I talked about Ron in his work and how it influenced me in one of my all-time favorite photography books, Of Woods and Water. If you remember, that is a book that is taken in and around the Great Lakes region here in Michigan by Ron Leonetti and another photographer, and it's a compilation of their work over the years. And it was just greatly influential in my career as a photographer and in my path, because I really got to see the use of large and medium format film and just the detail that it rendered, and got to see a lot of the area of Michigan that I had not discovered yet. So it was an extremely influential book for me, and just to be featured in a publication alongside Ron Leonetti is huge for me. So extremely thankful for that opportunity. And I did mention that to Melissa, and she shared an email that I sent her with Ron Leonetti. And Ron gave me a call and left me a voicemail saying that he was, reaching out to me and wanted to thank me for the kind words, and said, he'd love to talk and chat sometime in the future about photography. So that is definitely something I'm going to do. And in fact, I'd love to see if I can get Ron on the show and do like a video chat or something, and just kind of, grill him and get inside his head and talk about some of the images that he's made and what he's done in his career as a photographer, about publishing a book, and then just ask him about some of the areas of Woods and Water, some of the locations, because I'm always looking to see if I can find those places that he photographs. So we'll see if I can pull that off in the future, but it's something I'd like to do and something I'd like to share with you guys, because Ron is just an amazing photographer, great eye, and really, again, thankful to be held in a publication with Ron Leonetti. So super cool. Also, I guess while we're on the note of images, I just sent out today, as a matter of fact, 5 of my images that were taken between the summer trip and the fall trip to be sent out to James Beck to be scanned so I can work on them in the digital darkroom. So went through the lot. I've got quite a backlog now of images, which is a good thing, because for several years I was, kind of walking away with 1 or 2 that I was really proud of and thought of quality enough to enter into my portfolio. But in the past 2 years or so, I've really accumulated quite a large backlog of stuff. So I kind of have to sift through that and find my favorites at the time. And I've selected 5 to work on right now, but I've got more in the future that I can draw from to send out to James to be scanned in the future. I got to limit it to 5 right now because, it is a bit of an expense to have a professional drum scan done, although well worth it. There's no better way to have your images scanned and brought into the digital world than to have them done by a professional drum scanner. And depending on the size that you get your images scanned, it's going to dictate the cost. So I try to keep mine. I don't want to lower my quality any more than 1,000 megabytes. So that will give me an image that it will print natively at 300 DPI or PPI, about 49 by 38 or so inches, which is a fairly large print. And if I decide to print larger than that, I can always run that through an upsizing algorithm program like Perfect Resize to get a little bit larger print. But I tend to stay at 1,000 megabytes or larger for my prints, and a lot of my earlier scans were done at much larger sizes. But again, there is a cost associated with that, and I've got to try to keep that within my budget for the year. So sending out 5 for now. Really excited to get those back and get to work on those scans. And I think one of the things that I'm going to do as well is take you guys along in the processing side of things. When I get those back, I'll work on those in Photoshop and kind of show you my techniques and some of the tools that I use to finish off my images to really get them to match the visualization I had for those when I captured those images. So looking forward to that. So stay tuned for that in an upcoming episode. Really, other than that, that's all I have to share with you guys. Again, I hope you enjoyed last week's episode. I hope you got some good ideas for gifts for film photographers from some of those websites and some of those items I shared with you. I certainly have some of those items that I'm going to purchase for myself, and I think I'm going to pick up some of those stuff as giveaways for you guys in the future and future contests and things that we have here on the Art of Natural Beauty. So one more thing, I guess I'll plug it while we're here talking about it, and it is the holiday season. I want to offer up the idea of heading over to my website, and there you can find all my current images in the gallery that I have for sale, as well as my first photographic book available, coffee table book. So if you're looking for a last minute gift idea for yourself or for that nature or photography lover in your family, why not give the gift of a print or a photographic book? And if you head over to jasonrobertjones.com/theprints or /books, you'll be able to see all the images and the books that I have there, the various sizes and the pricing. So it makes a great gift to hang on the wall for the holidays. It'll bring that world of nature inside your home or your loved one's home and hopefully brighten up your lives a little bit more. I mean, that's my goal, is to share that beauty of nature, that connection that we all share and need as humans in our lives with you guys. That's why I'm doing this. So head on over to the site and check it out. And while you're there, if you want to find out the best way to help me with my endeavors and moving forward in the future with some of the things that I'd like to accomplish, you can also head over to jasonrobertjones.com/patron and find out the best ways that you can help me out by getting involved either in a subscription or helping me out over on Patreon. And by doing so, you also get a gift for your contributions. So something to think about since we're headed into the holiday season and tax season. And hey, why not? Got to get that plug out there, get that little bit of business off the plate. But that's going to kind of wrap it up for this week's episode of The Art of Natural Beauty. As I said, I'm headed down to Detroit in 2 days, and I plan on doing an episode from Detroit as well. So stay tuned for that. But I'm going to wrap it up. And as always, thank you for your support. Thank you for joining me. Thanks for all the comments and all the interaction. I really appreciate you guys out there. And until next time, enjoy the art of natural beauty.